We're back with more PSO. I'm gonna do at least a few episode 4 quests. We'll see how it goes. I will bring in a different ID. I'm thinking orange. I will probably need to bring in one of my Fomarls, or not Fomarls, Fonurals. Ooh. We're gonna go for Slicer Fanatic, I think. I have just the character that's able to do it. I don't think she has V801, which is a bit disappointing. Might have to just pay PDs for it, honestly, at this point. I think there's just a lot of hunts where I'm just gonna be honest with myself and say, I think I don't want to do those hunts. I'll just pay for PDs for those. I think I'm at that point. There's only like a handful of things that I want. The rest will be towards challenge mode upgrades. But Slicer Fanatic is decent. I'll do the run. Oops, almost wrong episode. That would have been brutal. Go to block 2. Van Whalen, that's a name. Let's do Ziggy. Actually, we didn't take a look at which one would be the best for Slicer Fanatic. We talked about it in the previous part. Look. So we were saying massive attack surface. Are there any other suggestions? Let's take a quick look. Did you want to try V801 drops from zoos? That is true. Oh, that's right. Orange ID does get it. I'm so used to pink ID with it. That's actually convenient. I'm thinking maybe we'll try War of Limits 2, and then we'll do some massive attack A's or whatever, just surface. That sound good, HellCleave? That should work. Let's make a game, and then we'll take a look. I got a free unit if I want to put Heavenly Power to equip something, which I don't need to at the moment. So let me go see if I got some spares in the share bank. I don't need too much to make her viable. Yeah, more V801s would be huge. Bring Glide Divine since I'm playing multiplayer. If there's anything else in here I really need. No. My backup mag. What mag is she wearing currently? Oh, Pure Mind mag. That's fair. I'll leave it on it. I'll bring in that, and then I should be, I guess, good to go. A spare... No, I don't. Well, it's not a big deal. Just more fluid usage. Uh-oh, hopefully Chris didn't crash. He's in. I got nothing better to do. I'll take the Rafoi Rabarda. Somebody has my Gafoi merge. Didn't put it back when I should have. I mean, I guess it's either on my Blue Mage or... That's maybe my Purple Mage. It could be on Waluigi still. That's unfortunate. That would have actually saved a lot of time. So I'll probably check for it between streams. Make a note to actually do it. In the meantime, let me just get a Heavenly HP as my backup item. This should be okay. Order inventory. At least I would Rafoi, Rabarda, and Razond. I would have liked the Gafoi merge, but we got workarounds. We got everything we need to potentially support. We have a Cleo with hit, but I don't think that'll be too useful. Could probably put that away if I wanted to simplify my menu. think I was using Heavenly Power because I was doing Red Saber, because I was playing episode 1. I'll leave it in there for now, I don't think it really matters. Try War of Limits too, and we'll do a massive attack or something like that afterwards. See how it goes. On the plus side, I should be all of the things needed in the forecast for the rare bonus. Everybody's here now. There we go. Just comparing my damage real quick. Okay, well, I'll stack up a little bit here. It'd be better for me to use this if I'm gonna rip away. Which I don't need 3 seals on right now. Nice, nice. Well, I felt my damage go up significantly, so that's always nice. So should be Kafoe stacking if I'm not sure. Okay. Seems like a lot of these waves are just kind of opposite elements. Oh, I didn't take the ice staff with me. Whoops, that was a misplay. I definitely had spares of those. Okay, I have Rebarda merge, I guess, if I really need to do the damage. That's the magical piece for stacking. Get knocked over by Rappy. Thank you, game. Making them flee a little bit, which is bad if I want the drops, but just looking for satellite lizards. We're looking for something very specific in zoos. I'm gonna make sure the zoos don't die off screen for sure. That'd be a big waste. To Rafoe, yeah, I had a feeling. Oh no. Sorry to hear that, Chris. Hopefully if it's an internet issue, it gets resolved by itself. You get some rest. Is your computer hot at all? I'm just curious, just making sure you're not overheating it with something. He really wants to make sure you get that grand prize. Enjoy the opening of the box. Yeah, they seem kind of far apart, so it seems like more of a Rafoe quest than a Kafoe quest, which is fair. Everything is a Kafoe quest. Okay. Let's get your computer's not overheating. Ooh, regular Foe. There we go. Did it. Stop me from spellcasting. What a jerk. Rip. He's bullying me. There we go. I got nothing better to do. I might as well single targets on. There's only one enemy. It's gonna way out damage the other ones, and it's faster. Even without the right wand equip. You're gonna win. unfortunately just evade materials. So far, quest is going pretty smoothly. Above Chris a little. Alternate weapon uses there, some daggers. Kind of look like Grass Assassin arms. High enemies. Yeah, if I'm not gonna stack, I might as well just spam Ripoe because it's faster. It does more damage due to my other ability. Debuff the group. Oh, Speed of Witch. I'd put on debuff. Honestly, I might just get rid of Storm Wand. It's one of those ones where, like, it's sometimes useful, but I don't think on this quest it's gonna be that useful. One day, if I get a Psycho Wand, it'll be so freeing to spam Ripoe with more damage and no TP cost. It'll feel so good. I'll base tank for the group, it's fine. Nice. Manually aim the fireball because there was no lock on target. Get a debuff going. Ooh, 1,000+ damage from Excalibur. Goodbye. There's a possibility this could be a Bowie wave. It's because it's not like super deep into the room. It seems like an area that would spawn along. See if I get punished for not doing it. Maybe a little. Honestly, that wasn't that bad. If that was like another wave of lizards, for sure, or if it was all Buddhas, it would have been like, yeah, it would have felt bad. So we have to go back to the beginning, do some diving. I'm gonna take care of the stupid yaois. Let's kill the Astark at this point so Jack can kill the other thing. Well, if we needed any boxes. Unfortunately, I think due to the area location, it's definitely not going to be as good as Underground, but it's nice to see some patterns here, I guess. Pretty little patterns of boxes. Yeah, I think if I do this quest again, definitely Ice Wand. Fire Rod feels like best in slot for me because I don't have Psycho Wand. Maybe we'll get a V801? What happens? Yeah, doing 600+ damage on a fireball in multiplayer is pretty good. There's a lure in there to help the group. Yeah, I can see I'm just a little under certain damage thresholds. Though I do think the Ice Wand would make a difference for me. We're missing by like one spellcast or more per enemy. The Barda usage on you, goodbye. There we go. Nice and simple. I love forces in episode 4. Since I can actually play them as casters versus required to use guns. I think that is kind of an unfortunate design choice from PSO. So any area that kind of does that usually is a big turnoff for me. I understand if you're picking like a hybrid class, but like I don't think Bonuro, for example, should have been forced to use guns to be effective. But sadly, that's just the way the game is. I'm just thinking about how amazing it would have been if Megan was, instead of doing what it did, if it was actually like demons, if it just was like an AoE piercing demons, that would have actually been kind of sick. Like a no-miss demons would have been pretty interesting in the system. Piercing demons would be bonkers. People would actually use Meme Gid. Oops. Love the team. Definitely some missed opportunities. I feel like episode 4 at least gives an okay amount of enemies where resistances matter. Like, I do think, like, light and dark definitely have some very binary cases. So it's nice to see some enemies at least attempt different elements. Hello. Rip all my dad fluids. There we go. Some grinders behind, but that's fine. Our focus is mostly on these things. Let's see if we can get it. I was gonna say, if it's not Slicer Fanatic, maybe it'll be Photon Crystals. That could be useful. Do need to burn a few at some point to either get Master Raven or get a Twin Blaze. I'm definitely willing to burn them at this point. Since farming more posts does not sound fun to me at all. Trying to debuff them. How fast I was going through TP. Brutal. This is where I might start considering looking for a high hit spirit weapon. Or not spirit. Big Geist or something to absorb TP. I did have one. It might be on my Fomaro. Might be worth swapping into. The Fonuro at least is starting to get higher in ATA. It's still terrible. Unless she is an adept, then she has better than Fomar accuracy, so it wouldn't be the worst thing ever to try. So we gotta rearrange, I think, our units in the future. Plus, we need to unlock our limiters. That'll also solve some problems. So I'm thinking what we might end up doing, chat. I'm trying to think about what will go with it, but potentially on Friday, if the event has not started, I will consider doing something to unlock the adepts. If the event has started, I still might do it anyway, honestly. Because at this point, having an Excalibur and 2 adepts unlocked would be huge. Or if for whatever reason Calvisham is not available on Wednesday, I think that would be a good time to do it. That way I still have the bonus stream. Defense material. Get slapped in the face, that's fair. I should be paying attention to enemies. Did not walk out of the strike range of the enemy, I deserve that. I'm just trying to think, like, what can I do simultaneously? Because I find the farming itself boring, but I think from the standpoint of making it entertaining, we might be able to do, like, a duo game. Because we have done that before. We have played other games while also simultaneously playing PSO. But something where I need to be able to mash a single button the whole time. And then occasionally I need to go in a menu. Like, is it efficient for leveling? No. But it gets me through it. Ooh, Slicer Fanatic. Good job, HellCleave. Oh, 0. That's a shame. So I'm thinking if it's a simple game, right? Like if it doesn't use the back triggers, I could set up my control for PSO specifically so that like back left trigger is TP, back right trigger is Gfoe. Just match those. Like literally the entire time I'm playing something else. And then every now and then I need to go down and monitor to make sure that I am in the what's it called? The caverns, I guess. I'm thinking that should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. As long as it's a game that doesn't rely on the back trigger. I think that'll work. Nice photon draw. Now the question is, what do we play simultaneously? Because it'll probably take like 5+ hours, especially without guaranteed turbo. It's gonna be something where my middle fingers will probably be resting on those buttons a lot, so I can't need them for anything, I think. It'd probably be a basic game like a Genesis game or NES. But also not so crazy that I just can't like pause the other game and continue. The big thing too is if I start moving around, how would that be handled with the other game? Because I'll be moving randomly for sure. Unless I'm mashing Gfoe, then I'll move a little bit, but I won't move a lot. Pose is an interesting challenge. I think it's doable. It'd definitely be very easy with like a turn-based game, but there's something else that would be a better one-shot candidate. Technically, I could challenge myself with Streets of Rage, because that doesn't use the back row buttons at all. I'm playing the older one. Nice, another photon draw. Hello, Dorfon. I think that extra Excalibur would just make this so much easier for me in general. I think holding it off anymore would be a problem, especially if I'm looking to do a lot of Episode 4 or a lot of Episode 1 runs where that add-up would actually help me conserve TP and speed up the rest of my runs. Pair it with. I'm now half wondering if like a text-based adventure game one-off would be interesting to do. I think that would give me the most leniency. I'd have to think about it. Closest I've come to those kinds of things would be like in normal gameplay would be like Oregon Trail. If I wanted to play like Oregon Trail or something silly. Something the chat votes on would be good candidates. I have a lot to think about, I think, for the next session. Definitely, if people have ideas for what would be played simultaneously, open to it. Oh, hey, nice. Heavenly Battle. So we got the item's sake of the run, so the run works. Proof the run works. That's always nice. Sam will play PSO too? Oh, no. That's another, like, minefield of comments. I'm very curious though, because some people had come in and recommended the PSP games. Like, well, mixed recommendations of the PSP games might be more accurate. I think I do want to stream those at some point, maybe in the downtime of like next year. We'll just see what the other versions are like. We'll still probably play regular PSO every now and then. Oh, I see Chris lagging out. Poor Chris. So I think from our perspective, we will branch out from just base PSO, because I did enjoy PSO 0 a long time ago. I don't know if I'll do like a Newman Male Ranger, just because it's something different, or if I'll just stick to a cast. They were pretty absurd. Yeah, we'll figure out a way to make it work. Definitely the older games are easier to fit with 2 screens. Technically, I could do like a Game Boy game as well, but I gotta branch out. Thoughts on that? We'll do Ziggy episode 4 again. I think War of Limits went pretty well. Do another. To make sure to swap some items though. Storm 1 was not useful. There weren't enough lightning-based enemies for it to matter. Don't need Leo. Glide Divine was sometimes used. Definitely did not use Storm 1 at all. Oh. Did she not have her Ice Wand? Did it go to another character? No problems, Chris. Do appreciate the company. Hopefully you get some rest. Oh, I must have put it in here by accident. There we go. I'm definitely gonna puzzle through. Yeah, I definitely I wanna try them out. I've never played the PSP ones because I didn't know the PSP. But PS0 I've played through before. I played all the way to max difficulty. So I remember most of it, but to say like I can just memorize the runs offhand, not anywhere near as much as regular PSO. Limits 2 again. I could go for something riskier, but still turn-based. I technically could do, like, Slay the Spire with Twitch integration. And every time that we have to vote, that's 30 seconds for me to fix the other game. That could be interesting. I'd have to rearrange my controls a little bit, I think, but I think I could do that. I haven't touched Slay the Spire in quite a while. Something that requires constant movement, like Vampire Survivors, wouldn't work. Again, if there's more of like a gradual Twitch integration and something that's turn-based, I think would fare very well. That way, while leveling the characters, we have a thing you can watch instead of watching me level, where I need to level and find time for it. So it'd be more open to installing Slay the Spire again for that. The only thing that I would have to do is change Slay the Spire's buttons to make sure that I can use the back triggers, which I don't think I need them that often. I think it just like checks the deck, for example. That could work. Rogue Book would also be a good candidate, I think. But that's another one where I don't need the back triggers that often. Now I'm curious, chat. More and more Monster Train. Honestly, anything in that genre is safe. Anything turn-based is simple to integrate. That is not the Boya one. Boya one. Give interest there. I think that'll be a plan, chat. I'm gonna pick one of those games. Maybe for Friday and level. Or if something doesn't go through Wednesday, we'll do it Wednesday. We have a lot of kills we need to get to the limiter and adept. I originally was going to do it when we were going to go through like a guide video because it's just like so brain dead mashing that I can talk about anything over it. But let's put some good gameplay to it. Anyway, also let me know, Chris, if you have any thoughts and feelings towards what you want to watch with it. know you're a big supporter of the stream. I'm forgetting some easy option, let me know. That is not my firewall. Yeah, so the most I would need, it would be like, normally those triggers are reserved for like view the deck. It's not normally like things I need to do actively. So while I am maneuvering up and down with the menus, for example, or if I'm like moving up and down the train row, I don't think that'll impact PSO that heavily. If I'm mashing. Just add a little disclaimer there. If I'm mashing, it shouldn't matter. The only thing I gotta double check is like what buttons are bound there. I want to say view deck. Maybe time speed up is mapped to that in Monster Train, and we'll just unassign it, honestly. Because that's a button I just want on permanently. So not having a button access it, I'm kind of okay with that, because I generally don't ever want it to slow down. In fact, I hit it by accident last time we played it, so I wouldn't want it on anyway. Yeah, I think that'll be the plan. I'll see which one is just easier to mess with. Go from there. So I think being able to have spare add-ups would mean that I have my 20 accuracies, so I don't miss anymore. I get extra resistances, which is just a nice thing to have, especially if we're going to end up doing any quests with like episode 1 lilies or episode 2 lilies. Just to get that extra EDK. It'd be really nice on my Q-Dural if she was able to do it, because then she could get all the accuracy she needs, for example, and just mow everything down. Technically, I could put it on my Fomarl as well, and that would free up an item slot. There's definitely a few characters that would just have immediate benefits if I were to do that. So I'm going to take a look at the schedule and go from there. I mean, technically I have off next Friday, so even if it is Halloween event, I could just do like a bonus stream for it in the beginning. I don't think I have a problem with that. Maybe that's what we'll do, chat. We'll start it like Friday morning, and it'll go until like the evening, more or less, with a couple breaks in between. And then if I'm feeling bored of the game I'm playing, we just have a backup game and play on that backup game while continually leveling things. So if there are things that the chat needs me to level, by all means, let me know, because I think I have one free slot. So I think, for example, I can level 2 limiters, my Excalibur, and if anybody else wants something unlocked, they get 1 request for it. So if you need something unlocked, HellCleave, just let me know. And I will probably be doing that on Friday. Get rid of the Zabuda. No worries. Just let me know, HellCleave. I will gladly do it for you. You've more than earned the easy service, because I put like a couple K on it. So yours being at 10K is really also not a problem. If you wanted at least half of another one done, do that. Or a full one, I guess. I think that would work well. If I'm feeling crazy, we'll do Streets of Rage. That one is going to be really hard to do while not messing up the inputs on the other screen. You don't know what to do with your third one yet? Fair. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure my limiters get unlocked very soon. I'm at the point where I myself was looking for spare arms. So if I don't get them through casual play, because we do play some quests that grant it, don't get me wrong, but knowing that I could have access to God Arms, even just 1 God Arms, is good enough. And I think I would like the resistance on the females in particular. Well, I'm getting some on. I forgot I had an attack button on this. Exactly. Especially if I want to do, like, Spirit, for example, and Humar, I would open up some options to have. There's, like, some non-force reasons to take it that I've been considering. Which... some Rabarda. A damage threshold attained. What we're looking for. I think that is the plan. That'll give an excuse to play more of those kinds of games while being more efficient at PSO, because doing something towards it is better than just holding off and not touching it for literally a year. Because I thought by this point I would have 4 limiters, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I've tried really hard to get them last year, did not happen. So it's just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, do I really want to wait another Christmas event? Because if I wait another Christmas event, I might as well just unlock more. Yeah. So it's like, there's always like that reasoning when you go to play where it's like, oh, I'll find some downtime, and then you always find another reason to do it. Like, the closest I come is like XP week is the closest I come to having an actual excuse to go do it. But then I don't normally play during XP week at all, so it just doesn't get done. Whereas like Rare Week, it's like, oh, I could be doing that, or I could just, you know, get more V801s or something. So we'll do a couple more of these, and I think what we'll end up doing is, I guess a few massive attacks. See if we could get a lucky V801 before the end of the stream. We are certainly getting a lot of chances of Slicer. That's nice. Oops. Invincible. Untargetable. Force is no longer useful. Hopefully he's going in. Yeah, I think that'll be the game plan. That'll get me motivated. Because again, originally I wanted to do that with like one of our guides, and then I'm like, you know what? I should just be displaying like item info. I decided against that before we did the guide. I think that was 100% a good call. But it's like, there's not many opportunities where I wouldn't be like hands-on with a controller doing something pretty actively. But a game like Monster Train or Slay the Spire usually is more deliberate in its inputs. That might be a good tempo game. I think last time we paired it with Tales of Fantasia because we were button mashing mindlessly. So I guess also if we ever play Tales again on the weekdays, and we need some brain dead leveling, I could do that at the same time. So that would line up if we did happen to get more limiters in the future. I could just power level in Tails at the same time. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to prepare for. That'll be the backup plan. If I somehow get like 2 limiters, I'll do it. Thank you for the good luck. Always appreciate your company, Chris, and hopefully you get some rest. Yeah, I think for a while I thought about putting one of the limiters on like a Bo Newman, and then I was just like, oh, I missed the damage too much. I keep missing thresholds in single player. I mean, now that I'm like 190 plus, I guess it's less of a concern, but that feeling is still there. I don't think it ever leaves. A 4-slot perfect frame. I don't think I care about those, sadly. So we can slow them down a little bit for HellCleave. Damage is insane. Okay. Given HellCleave's damage, let's lure. We'll Robarda. Some lucky creases for HellCleave. Speaking of which. I should be using Black Divine. There we go. We'll play more supportive for the last half of the class. Although when we see things like this, we're gonna go back to Blaster. Start. Got absolutely annihilated. To see the 1500 from HellCleave. Just it's over. GG. Better luck next time. Like how I don't even think it really matters if I deban HellCleave. It's like, HellCleave is either just going to kill everything instantly or it's not gonna hurt him. It'll be fine. It'll build him Photon Blast. It's fine. Consider that a win. Okay, zap the Rappy. Thank you, Zon, for assisting me in any shoes. Sure I don't miss. I like its rotation in place. It's like almost enough to stop Baran's launcher. It's too powerful. Oh, I got crit. I think had I not been crit, I would have been fine. Unfortunate. That time it didn't matter, regardless. Now we heal HellCleave. There we go. Lure their attention towards me. Hopefully they free pass at everything here. Maybe get a freeze here. Nice. There's some teamwork. I unfortunately don't think I can zap them because too many enemies are too close. Unfortunate. Barda would have worked there. Nope. Nicely done. My satellite lizards. Yeah, I have a feeling. I mean, I guess they could technically do it Friday. I think I mentioned on stream a couple times. I didn't think they would do the event today. I mean, it kind of lines up with how they did last year, but I was expecting more like Friday based off of the number of days, but we'll see what they do. I suppose in a few hours they could just decide to do it. At the whims of the server. We're gonna go for a second. Diva. I think the one in front of me was the one that lived the longest. I'm not really sure why that happened. I'm sure the others were mostly the same type. He must have been invincible or something on the first one. I'm something wrong on him. On Robarda. Good enough. Excalibur with no percentage of interest. Obviously, didn't drop anything. Yeah, I think this will be the last war of limits, but we could probably do a couple of surface runs. And I think that'll be a great time for a break. I'm feeling quite hungry. I'll donate to HellCleave. Oops, just get slapped. Debuff, heal, into rebuff. There we go. Oh wow, I still got. Oh, I missed one of them. Okay, that would make sense. I was like, how did I still get knocked over with Jellin? Go. Fine, it checks out. Got road killed. Ooh, they are bullying me. Off of me. I'm gonna some lore. Help out. Yeah, this is where a bringer is gonna be good. For sure. Second, well, I don't really need it on the surface one, but future reference for limits too. There's enough Dorphons to make it worth it. Nice. No slicer this time, but a decent amount of experience. Need a star to this and a couple of moons to fix synchro. Not too bad. So we'll do maybe 2 surface runs. We'll take it to around 3 o'clock. A end of stream break. Funny. There we go. The ship would be at 184. Be interesting. Let's do maybe MA or something. I'm assuming it doesn't matter which one we do. Could be. Okay. I guess B from the standpoint, I guess there's at least a lot of Zoods in B. That would also work for V801. Where magical piece would be useful for stacking. Stupid Fufuda. Always my nemesis. Look, just some scape dolls. I guess. I need them later. So I'm gonna go into my normal position for the quest, which I think is somewhere over here. I'm just gonna start stacking Gafoi. I'm gonna make sure they mostly get hit. Need like a better visual cue, I think, to line up like where I need to be. I think I'm close. Well, actually, I'm exactly where I want it to be. Wow. Okay, I mean, I haven't done the quest in a while. I'm surprised I found the exact spot I wanted to be in. Like, genuinely, because I need to hit all of them as soon as they spawn, so this is, like, about as good as it gets. There we go. I'm happy. I probably won't repeat that. Some visual view. Ignore the cactus. I might use the ground color change, maybe, to help guide me more consistently. So I think being able to do that would be huge. Debuff, HellCleave. My bad. Not to buff you. My bad. Buff you. Stand in the middle so they hit me. That way HellCleave will be scot-free. That'll be my penance for not buffing earlier. Even if they target me, it doesn't matter. I'm not the DPS. Like, got him. Checkmate, idiots. So if I stack this properly, I can kind of take advantage of this wave of Gafoi to hit the next group of enemies. I think I'm gonna try to do that. I like how the other Rappy is still fighting me, but the next wave is here. Thanks, game. I appreciated all the damage I just took. If I stay roughly here and keep Gafoi spamming, then that means also we stun at least one of the Zoos, and we set up for the next wave. I'm just gonna assume HellCleave has it. We'll punish these enemies. That'll speed up our victory significantly. This is like one of the few runs where I'm like, ooh, it feels so good to be a forest compared to some classes. Just have like some easy standing position, and it's GG. Bye, Zoo. Okay, I probably want to get a grinder while I'm here. I've been neglecting those. Materials. Dimate, sure, why not? Buy fluids. Mono fluids, because I don't carry them. It's a counter by accident. We're gonna switch over to ice predominantly, since I'm gonna be spamming to interrupt them. I like that if I line this up right, I can hit the Sabuda and the Zoo simultaneously, and that saves a little bit of time. We're gonna use Gazan here, mostly because, not because the enemy weakness necessarily. I can actually always chain lightning to hit the Zoo. That's why I do that. Like, I could technically Razan, but if I Gazan, it'll climb to the right enemy, as it were. Nope. The safety Gafoi out. I meant to swap the ice staff between waves, but I was a little slow there. I blame not eating. I'll be having food after this, though, for sure. We'll do one more of these. There we go. Switch back to magical piece. Musashi. I forgot Musashi could drop in this run, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, that's good. I would probably like a hit percent Musashi, but I'll probably farm that on hard mode. Just repeatedly TTF hard mode for dragon runs. Till I get a couple. But interesting, I can pick them up while farming orange alternative. At least it's good to know that regardless of difficulty, rare items will always have the best pattern. I think knowing that helps me determine certain runs whether or not they're worth doing on lower difficulties. Love this spot so much. I'm even interrupting the zoos. Oh, a 0 Musashi. Unfortunate. He slapped me out of one of my animations. That was so rude. Like, I just want to rest though. Sure. Let's unlock at least one of the zoos. Zoo. Oh yeah, this is where I remember it being like an oops all Rifoe run from basically here until the end. Oh, I didn't pull one of the people. I need to pull them. There we go. Weaken them up a little at least. If I always Rifoe, they don't jump as much, usually. Not one of them to not jump, but I need to work on the other. Love HellCleave. Heal HellCleave. Get combo locked. I'm gonna go back for that luck material once we're done with the surface. I think I see where it is now. I'm gonna use the satellite lizard to hit the zoo. The Dwarfon coming up, so I'm gonna safety Rifoe. Yep. Not what I thought. Already got some nice Rifoe stacks before the Buddhas spawn, because I stood further away. So I got like a free 900 damage to the enemy. Meantime, I'll take care of the other enemies, since they're all fire weak. Aw, if I hadn't Rifoe'd there, I actually would have been able to stun lock. I still... I can say, but I can still stun lock as I get knocked down by another another Astar crit. So unlucky. That is the downside of her low defense. It actually matters if they crit. Otherwise, I just face tank and it wouldn't be a big issue. Anyway, I'm gonna put down some Rifoe for the next wave. I'm far enough away that it should just interrupt Soul Combo. And there we go. I got the perfect Rifoe angle where I hit every enemy, stun lock the zoos, and still do decent damage to the Dwarfon. Make life easy. Unfortunately, once the Dwarfon dies, it gets split. But fortunately, Barda stun locks from the distance. Which is kind of win-win. They were out of range to Rifoe cast. That was so sad. I'm missing that B801 for sure. Who knows? Maybe we'll see one. Alright, that's it. I had enough of this one. Nice stab time. Ooh, that damage though. Fine. That is it for the surface. Now, where was that luck material? It's like way back here. Oh, hey. Oh. Well, that's what we call convenient. What a good draw. Nice, nice. You need like 2 to 4 left? Nice, nice. Hopefully it goes towards empowering you, HellCleave. That's fortunate. Oh, are we doing underground? I don't mind doing underground, just need to know. Buff you. First room? Oh, that's fair. Good point. That is true. There's a million Gorons in there. Exactly. There we go. See, on stream, we're helping HellCleave get the items he needs. I guess more accurately one. The HellCleave has them already, but the urge to not have to swap every 5 minutes is wonderful thing to satisfy. Just knowing that you never need to touch a character again. Oh, I should actually be below a second. Magic Money. Yeah, sadly in all zeros, Musashi is not of interest, because I have like a 20 machine or something. It's pretty bad. But I was using it just for the animation on the view pass. Use early leveling. Buy Sand Rappies. You know what? I'll use Trap Vision. I've determined there are no traps in this room. There we go. At least we can say today one of the items we went for was attainable. We did not have any luck with the combat gear earlier today, or the V502. But we did help with the V801, which is a solid unit. I think I'm up for one more. Then deposit B. So many badges. I'll probably make a lot of photon crystals, but at the same time, I might only need the 7 that I have. I guess I'll see how lucky I am with this 7, and then I'll decide from there. Then I need to put away all of these techniques. It grants 26, I think, can go on most of my forces, just probably not this one if I had to guess. Yeah, I'm literally using 26 already. Okay, so I'm gonna slash lobby. Do one more. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to save for, like, Photon Sphering, because I do have, like, other gold badges from the other year, but I'm still off by, like, 50-something. I'm, like, brutally not close. So it's like, or whatever. Oh, it's S-Beats Blade. I was like, I knew it looked like Grass Assassin. That's interesting. Unreduced Hell. For items out. Oh, it's Paralysis Underdue. Got it. I'm just looking up that item real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something unintentionally. Ooh. Might put a caveat in the item guide. I don't think I'm gonna redo the video for it, but I'll put it in, I think, in the official list. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I think that isn't very hard. I went through that process mentally. I'm like, wait a minute. I do remember seeing that earlier when I was doing research. I didn't realize that special was hell. I think I remembered it was there and was like, Grass Assassin is really easy to get, so if you're just looking for early damage, it's there. But for the special, specifically, it's interesting. I know I got too many of those things. Yeah, I see. It's like a 1 in 107, I think. It has like the same odds as Grass Assassin, which is you will get them if you play episode 1. Those are the odds. If you somehow leave very hard mode without them, I'm like, did you skip episode 1? Did you avoid areas? Poor Rappies. Barely a Bowie stack. They're just getting murdered. Yeah, I think you know what I could do? I can mention them more under, when we go to do our ultimate guide. I'll make a note in the item guide currently, and I'll update the pupper guide. But I think when we go to talk about ultimate, I might mention it there, because I think it's more relevant when you have V5 units. Exactly. I think that's fine. It's like thinking through, I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Grass Assassin should carry hard. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I know I was singling out Grass Assassin just because of the fact that forces could use it in particular, so it's kind of an interesting early melee option for the hybrid forces, because it's very easy to get. And then forces would be the easiest people to get photon crystals with, comparatively. So I didn't walk into position, but I think the position is normally here. I'm going to see if my visual cue works. If I do something like this, I'll line up on my for the next wave. That's actually a pretty good visual cue. Interesting. Okay. So I've learned. If I go from the cactus, from where it's here, and I walk until I don't see the green, I'm about in the right position. It's very interesting. That way I'm not just like guessing on the mini-map. I have like just a way I can always line up with something and always get it. That's fun. I'm just waiting. One day, HellCleave, we'll see Pazuzu and Dwarfon Eclair in the same run. maybe one day. Other than like quests that force them. Like, we'll just casually be like, oh, there's, you know, Dwarfon Eclair and he's being protected by Pazuzu. I guess in theory it could happen, right? I mean, I don't believe in miracles, but you know. I just see rares when you want them. It's true. See, the thing is that they're on an ID that may or may not be useful for us. If it is useful, they're like, no. We've deleted ourselves from the game. Uninstalled this patch. DLC Dwarfon only. Gotta unlock them in the season pass. Oh, do they get kunai in orange? That's interesting. You know what's sad is I've actually picked up several kunai. They've never had hit percentage. I've just never used them. I've gotten 2 all-0 kunai. It's brutal. It's like, why have you forsaken me item rolls? It should be illegal for rare items to come all zeroed in like higher areas. I understand it like lower difficulties maybe, but come on. Don't give me all zeros. At least give me the common courtesy to give me like -5%. Just like, give me something to work up towards, maybe. Oh man, another Scape Dome. Another Photon drop, nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a note for that as soon as we're done with this to make sure I don't forget to talk about them. Because there are some very interesting monster items with not as obvious uses, and I don't think you'll see information like that on the Ephinea wiki. We've been chatting about this both like on this stream, off stream, in Discord, on YouTube. Like those guides are really good for the end game. Like they really outline like what challenge mode weapons you should be aiming for, but like unless you are 100% dedicated to grinding those out in like before reaching ultimate kind of things, it's like I don't know how much that would help a new player. It's just kind of like one of those things. There's definitely like stages of rares for people that are not looking to like photon drop to the end. You want Hell Scythe now? Hell yeah. We'll support that HellCleave. Didn't get any of the freezes. That sucked. Dead Barda. I mean, pretty fast Barda kill. I know in single player that would be like a hilarious almost 3-cast kill on Zoo. Oh, Scythe is in episode 1? I wasn't sure. There's only a handful, I remember. But we'll probably try it. I just don't think it'll be this year. I think I need to have some cooldown between events. Yeah, I know episode 2 had like technically better slicer, things like that, but I don't think it super matters to me. If episode 2 is not atrocious to run, I will give it a shot, but if it is absolutely like terrible, I'm not going to do it. That's really contingent upon like the root spawns. I do know it involves tower. That won't be an unpleasant surprise for me. I do think it's interesting from the tower perspective to level as you go. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Yeah. I'm willing to have it streamed once, I'll put it that way. I'm not going to guarantee a repeat or a clear. There's just some things I just don't feel like investing time on. Challenge mode might be worth it if I feel like I'm close. Like if we beat it and we're like a half hour off or like a 40-minute off, I don't mind repeating a stage to try to fix times. Yeah, it's definitely just like really specific. Like for example, when you open up the challenge mode, it's like every map is laid out, every spawn, because it's so crucial that you save time for the score. And I guess technically, even if we just get A rank, technically that puts us closer to that awful God Shield. Holy. Those unlocked conditions are actually madness. Imagine needing to get gamble rares from Gallon Shop to get the shield. What monster designed this? Oh, I might die here. Oh, didn't die. Okay, wasn't sure. I mean, I would wear it just to say I was wearing it. I don't know how useful it would be to have the PB create. Oh, you made it a while back? Ooh. How often do you use it? Do you use it just on, like, the casts? I'm curious. You wear it during box runs? I respect that. Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of, like, What I'm thinking would have to happen is that you need to get like Photon Blast to finish a specific run that you wouldn't want to wait around for. That's the only scenario I can think of. Like you are playing, I don't know, like TTF, and you need to make sure you have a certain amount of meter for it. Love how you say 1 to 2 extra red rings. Not 1 to 2 red rings, it's the extra. That is the PSO life, to be fair. Oh, what am I doing? I should be using Fire Scepter. What the? Well, okay, I've never seen that before. My Fireball went to heaven. I guess the zoo was spawning from, like, above us somewhere. It definitely went almost straight vertical. I need to prep a Kafoi here, I think. I should be far enough away that this should combo them. The zoo. On my screen, he's just like right above me, annoying me. He's died, zoo. How is he not getting hit by these fireballs? Oh, yeah, no, don't worry. I'll let you know. Because it'll only base it off of my game. Hopefully, you should be fine. If they die on my screen near me, which they were, they'll spawn for you. Yeah, I'll let you know. So far, no zoo has gone over the edge and died. I'm pretty sure. Unless I missed, like, one of the earlier ones, I guess. But not from here. So you're pretty good at it. Usually I have too much Kafoi out for them to do anything. I think that's what I also like about Kafoi or Bafoi, is I just stun lock them until you're ready to kill them, and they perish very quickly. Like, even this one is still over land. It's in an annoying spot, but it's over land. Get some Bafoi stun lock here. Slowly chip away at the Dwarfon. Oh, game please. There we go. Slowly wound that Dwarfon. Goodbye, Zoo. I didn't Rafoi a target. That was dumb. That was dumb. That was actually dumb. Fortunately, this shouldn't really change how they come at us. You need to make sure to Rafoi here so they don't get out of hand. There we go. Heading all four. All four of them are stun locked over land. Have fun. The other one is getting far from me, but still landlocked. GG. I have interest here. I'll take the Star Atomizer though. And maybe some dive fluids to save some money later. Yeah, that's fine. Give a little bit of cash. I almost have Mag Blast, sadly. I took a lot of damage in that run. I think not having D-Band on contributed towards that. Speaking of which. Okay, I'm just getting straight bullied. Leave me alone. I am okay. I would just like to praise. Thank you for letting me use the numb keys when I had Mag Blast. You have no idea how much that bothered me. That is one of the only recent changes I'm like a huge fan of, and I will praise it every time it becomes relevant. Because like right now, I would have been locked out of every spell that I had Mag Blast, but it's not a thing anymore. That is a good feeling because on my controller, I have to hold the button to the Bowie. Hit call, nice. I guess switch to Rafoi here to not hit the Rappies, maybe. That delays it long enough for them to despawn. Okay, now we can hit all the Rappies. I see it winding its head back. It wants me. tower materials. Get another escape doll. Drop one of the random junk items I got with Monomate. There we go. So close to leveling, but didn't quite level. What a shame. Only 47k to go. But on the plus side, we have a million materials. I have a lot of escape dolls. I might just sell the. You know what? I'm just gonna sell these escape dolls. I thought about it. I'm like, I have enough. I'd rather get money at this point. Keep one. The others will go away. Speaking of which, I always forget to look at the shop for hit percentages, just out of curiosity. 8% ice laser. Okay. Not missing out much there. Okay. Diziden says, YouTube randomly suggested your Pauper guide, and now I'm going to play Ephinea again. Welcome, Diziden.
You're wide open!
I missed part of the chat. I saw, so I don't have to move. 1 second. I'll look at the other thing. Let you know if I get any more shop ones. Seeking level 1. Oh, yeah, nice. One day. I'm getting there. I have a couple of spare charges. I need to distribute them a little more evenly. Yeah. But welcome to Zen. Hope you're doing well. I will probably clean up the timestamps of the Pauper guide, because that was our most recent release. I re-uploaded a video, so I have to kind of fix the things again. Like, good to know that it's entering the algorithm, apparently. Thank you, HellCleave, for joining me today. So, Diz, what characters did you play, out of curiosity? You said play Ephinea again, so that means you used to play. / lobby in the meantime. Yeah, I think so far it's been hopefully a positive impact on the community. At least it'll spur discussion. So if there's these elite information holders out there, even if they just respond to the video, I think that would be useful to the people playing. Mess around with the Rawcast and one of the forces, forget which. Fair. Let's talk about the session. Oh, a Fomarl, interesting. Fomarl's fun. We were playing with her earlier today. So I think from our standpoint, we will be, I guess, compiling new information little by little. I'm gonna write down what HellCleave told me today. S-beat arms. Unreduced hell. On dagger. As one of the potential niche items in the future. So I think from our standpoint, we'll just continue to test out different quests. We're going to continue to try out different classes. We will eventually unlock our limiters, so that way we can get some super nice items. And having another Excalibur would be very helpful. If I can keep one on just my melee characters, for example, I think that would really speed up my clear. Chad, I might actually play Humar if he has Excalibur and a 30-hit Disca thanks to HellCleave. It might actually happen. I even have 13. I could just give my Humar 13 and he could just be disking all day. I'm definitely not opposed to that strategy. So yeah, just having a floating Excalibur would be really nice. Right now it's on my characters that run specifically TTF. But even in just more casual play, I'd feel more inclined to play the characters if I have that ridiculous 900 ATP beat stick that hits 3 targets. So, those are what we call run-defining items, where having them is just such a night and day difference. So actually having endgame gear on the Humar, I think we'll try it out. So maybe next time it's XP week, I will legitimately play the Humar, although I don't know what he'll end up doing. Maybe we'll have polls as to what to do with the Humar. Do we reroll him from yellow? What area should he be in? Should I just make him a forest clearer? Will he be blue ID? It's a lot of things that we could potentially do. Even Zero Head is still good. I don't have a Zero Head on a lot of common weapons. True. Yeah, I don't have a hit Excalibur for him, but I think his accuracy is at least better than the Force's, so I don't know if he, like, needs it on a lot of things. Considering I don't plan on doing, like, Seabed with him unless something really crazy happens, I don't know if I'd really need all of that to hit an enemy if I'm just playing episode 1 with him. Oh yeah, with the faux Newman with the Excalibur was like night and day difference when I got hit. I'm like, I'm so happy I have hit. He actually feels playable now. In melee, obviously he's very good at casting. Think you want to make a Ramar or a Rocket Seal, says Diz. I think what we'll do, we'll continue to have this conversation, but I think we'll pause the recording since I don't think we have anything addition to do. Yeah, definitely the Ramaro is probably my favorite solo class, especially when you don't have nothing but challenge mode items and everything else. I feel like she doesn't have the early struggles that the Ramar does coming into Ultimate. Her endgame will never be as strong as the Ramars. But I feel like she can do a lot of crazy stuff that I still have a lot of fun with. Like doing solo Heaven Striker episode 4, I think has been my new thing. That weapon opens up so many options for that character. And Rocket Seal, I definitely enjoy a lot too, just from the standpoint of having just like a really tanky class with decent accuracy. It's not going to be like ever the meta choice compared to like the Rock cast, but she's still a lot of fun. We just got her a red ring the other day. But I think from that standpoint, chat, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. We'll stick around and talk, I think, for another 5 to 10 minutes, but I think I'm going to need a break from PSO. I mean, we've been going at it for... Ooh, how many hours? It's been a while. None of my timers are working. How do I not see how... Oh, it's been at least 5 hours. So yeah, we're going to take a break, for sure. But we'll stick around and chat just a little bit since we're planning out some things related to PSO, kind of in the interim. And then depending on what people are looking for or what people are expecting, I would say for next week, we'll make some plans around that. So for now, we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you again for watching. Hope to see you in the next part.